So we did what? We started with list. Let me revise. So list is always represented in what? And list is always represented in square brackets. All right. Then we print a. We can use the print statement to print a particular list or any variable we want to print. We can print with the help of the print keyword, the print statement. All right. Next, we can do what? We can print it without even using the print statement. We can only uh, print the variable. So this while using Jupyter Notebook, because you people are getting trained to become machine learning engineers, data scientists, data analysts, etc., etc. So throughout your career, throughout your data science, machine learning, deep learning career, you will be using what? You will be using Jupyter notebooks or Jupyter notebook like software or IDE, as we discussed yesterday. IDE is what? IDE is your integrated development environment. We will be using this particular technique to print any variable. All right. Next, we saw how to basically know whether this particular variable belongs to a list or not. So yes, it belongs to the sequential data type class. And yes, if you write type and the list name or the variable name, it will give us as what? It will give us as list. Right. Just a second. All right. So this is what it is. Next, we saw two functions of list. One append, which adds what? Which adds one element to the last position of the list. We did a dot append 1,000 or whatever number we write, whatever alphabet we write, whatever string we write. So it will add it to the last position of the list. All right. So if I say, let's say, if I run this a dot append, it will throw me what? It will throw me an error. It says A not defined. Why? Because we used this file yesterday. So whatever file we used today, whatever we file, whatever file we use today won't work. So what we need to is that we need to refresh the file. How we'll refresh it? Just go to cell, just run all. Once you have run all, everything will be perfectly fine. As you can see now, if you define A, it will do what? It will tell you to. It will basically print. It will display the list. So this is what. So we can add what? We can add strings. We can add alphabets also, like A, B, C. We can add a single letter alphabet also. And let's print the updated list. You can see it has added to the last element of the list. So we can add numbers. We can add numbers in the form of a string as well. So this is what it is. Whatever we add, but whenever we check its type, it will show what? It will show it as a list. Why? Because anything that is enclosed within any data type that is enclosed within a square bracket will be termed as what? Will be termed as a list. So this is what it is, alright. So any doubts anyone has with the append function, with pop blank function? No. So this is how we do it. So this is what it is. Alright. So this is what it is. Alright. So we saw append, we saw a very basic, very simple functions. So next we'll check what? We'll check basically list. A list is the most important, and a list is what? List is considered as the most important, and list is the most lengthy of the data structures. जितने भी हमारे data structures हैं, the tuples, the sets, so dictionaries and all. So all of them are what? All of them are data structures, of course, but the most lengthy one is your list. So this is what it is, right? So this is what it is. So this is what it is, alright. So extend does what? Extend what does what? It adds. Appended what? Append added single element, and that too at the last position of the list. As extend also does the same thing, but it adds multiple elements also. So extend does what? All right. So let me do what? Let me let a dot extend. All right, a dot extend. All right. And let me do what? Let me just add, let's say, 5 numbers: 8, 11, 15, 17, or 25, 25. All right. So we print the updated after doing extend. We print the updated list. So as you can see, this was our list 52741. Now the updated list is what? The updated list is 8, 11, 15, 17, 25. So this is what it is. So these are the three main functions of what list. Alright, let us have a look at remove function. What does remove function do? So remove function does what? Removes any element inside the list. Remove function does what? Any element we want to do. Remove function does that. All we need to do, just enter the name of the element and it will do what? It will remove. Before we check remove, let us check how to know the length of the list. So basically this is the length of the list. Basically what? The count of number of elements in a list. 5, 2, 4. So these are what? These are, if you count it, these are your 10 elements. These are your 10 elements in a list. So A is what? A is your list name. So next what we'll do is that we'll use the remove function. Alright. So removes any element inside the list. Alright. So all we need to do, just write the name of the element and it will be removed. So before we saw what? Before we saw that it will remove what? It will remove only the last element. Before we saw, just a second, we saw that it will only remove the last element, but remove does what? Removes any element. So let us do what? A dot remove 8 and let us print the updated list. So as you can see, 8 was between 1 and 11. So it did what? It removed 8. So this is what it is. Alright, so A does what? A remove 8, remove does what? Remove. Removes the element. So let us remove one more element. Let's say we remove 1. So A dot remove. So it will do what? It will remove 1. 1 was between 4 and 11. It is removed. Next what we'll see is that inserting an element in the middle or start end of the list. Alright, so let us do what? Let us remove insert. Let us use insert. Alright, so this is what it is. Alright, so let's say we want to insert back what? We want to insert back 8. We want to insert back 1. Now we need to check what? We need to check on which position 8 was there. On which position 8 was there. So to check the position, we use what? We use the index function. We use the index function. So a dot index. Let's say I want to check for the position of 11. The position of 11 in our updated list is what? The position of 11 in our updated list is 4. How it is 4? 5 is at the 0th position, 2 is at the 1th position, 7 is at the 2nd, 2th position, 4 is at the 3rd or 3rd position. So 11 is at the 4th position. So the counting of list starts from 0. The counting of list starts from 0. So this is what it is. So that is why the 11 is over here is showing as what? It is showing it as 4. So that's how we check. So let us count it from 0, as 8 is no longer there, 1 is no longer there. Let us just count from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So A dot insert, we'll write what? The position 5. We basically write 5. That means we want to add 5 there. All right, so this is what we want to add 8 there on the fifth position. All right, so this is what it is. So let us do what to bring back the list to its original shape or original position. Like 1 should be there wherever it was placed, 8 should be there where it was placed. So we'll do what, we'll add 1 first. 4 comma 1, I want to add 1 bit before 11. So what it will do is that it will add 1 in place, not in place of, in position of 11. That means the position of 11 will be 5 and 1 will be what, 4. So this is, if I add 4 and comma 1, so what it will do is that it will add 1 on the fourth position. Now if we check the index, if we check the index of 1, it will show it as what, 4. Earlier 11 was showing as 4. Now 11, that very 11 will be shown as what, as 5. So this is what it is. Next what we'll do is that we'll check for insert, and I want to basically insert 8 at the fifth position. So 5 comma 8, print our updated list. We are back with the same list. So this is what it. हमने क्या किया, हमें index check करना है ABC का. So index 5 आ गया. So index is showing as 5. Alright, if I want to remove ABC, so ABC has been removed. So this is what it is.